everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's David here. If you're new, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like the video. And today we're gonna play Stepford Central. I already commented this about a year ago. Now this time we're gonna record it and play. This is gonna be a long video though. Thank you so much for all your support. Alright, let's do this. Alright, let's... Alright, we're gonna go to Stepford Central to pick up passengers to Port Benton. Hopefully connection's still good. Hopefully please don't disconnect, please. I already tried to log in so many times but it is disconnect, so please don't disconnect at this time, please. Right, move on to 100. But by the way, I'm a train driver now, controlling this train. And look at the city. I love the graphics, the city graphic. This developer is good. I like the graphic, by the way. Okay, better slow down then. By the way guys, so excited to play this game. So excited. Now let's switch to 45 or 42. We almost reached the stations. By the way, make sure you drop a comment.
The train now approaching platform 4 terminates here.
By the way, okay. By the way, this is my very first time recording this summer game.
This is Stepford Central. This train terminates here. All change, please. Thank you for travelling with us today.
Right, dropping passengers, and after dropping passengers, we're gonna continue
Platform
to Port
10
Benton.
for the 1636 Stepford Connect service to Stepford Airport Central. Calling at Stepford East, St Helens Bridge, Bowden,
Right. We're
Coxley,
gonna continue
Benton,
from Stepford Central to
Benton
Port
Bridge,
Benton.
Stepford Airport Parkway, and Stepford Airport
It's not gonna
Central.
take a long time for that.
This train has 4 coaches. Platform 4 for the 1638 Stepford Connect service to Port Benton.
As you can see, the
Calling
time
at
this is the
Stepford
UK
East,
time,
St Helens
16:37.
Bridge, Angel Pass, Bowden, Coxley, Benton, and Port Benton. This train has 5 coaches.
Right, close the doors. And here we go. On the way to Port Benton.
Platform 11 for the
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Port Benton.
Victoria.
We will be calling at Stepford East,
Let's go.
St Helens Bridge, Angel Pass, Bowden, Coxley, Benton, and Port Benton. The next station is Stepford East.
Right, we're gonna stop at Stepford East, St. Helens Bridge, Angel Pass, Bowden, Coxley, Benton, and lastly Port Benton. And we're gonna go back to Stepford Central. I mean Stepford East after we reach Port Benton. It takes short time for that. Just take 9 minutes. Here we go. Right, we're almost at the stations. Stepford East.
We will shortly be arriving at Stepford East. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This train has 5 coaches.
Stop. Let's go. Open. Sesame.
This is Stepford East. This train is for Port Benton. The next station is St. Helens Bridge.
Right, next station is St. Helens Bridge. Let's go. Okay, now it's wet, so I need to stop for a while then. Oops.
Platform 2 for the 1640 Stepford Connect
Right,
service to
stop here
Edgemead.
because there's wet light
Calling
there.
at St. Helens Bridge, Bowden,
Come on, green light,
Coxley,
green light.
Benton, Hampton Target,
Come on.
Water Newton,
Faster.
Layton Stepford Road,
There you go.
Layton City, and Edgemead. This train has 5 coaches.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Port Benton. The next station is St. Helens Bridge.
Right then, after we going to Port Benton and back to Stepford East, we're gonna go to another route. As I always say, this is the long video as I record and got this train to all routes that I have unlocked. Okay, there's red there. Okay, nice. And also, we're gonna be with this train to all routes that I've been unlocked. Right, gonna stop here because it's red light. And
We will shortly be arriving at St. Helens Bridge.
right, gonna stop
Please
here for a
mind the
while
gap
because
between the
it's red
train
light.
and the platform.
And also, right, and also, this video is over 1 hour long. So, yep, gonna set it. This video is 1 hour long. Over 1 hour long. So this is gonna be a long record right there. The longest video that I've created. Oh my god, there you go. Let's continue our journey to Port Benton.
42 Stepford Connect service to
Okay, gonna
Port
slow it
Benton.
down.
Calling at Angel Pass, Bowden, Coxley, Benton, and Port Benton. This train has 5 coaches.
Right, gonna stop. Gonna stop the train here. Almost 10 minutes.
This is St. Helens Bridge. This train is
Okay,
for
great.
Port Benton. The next station is Angel Pass.
Right, let's do this thing. Alright guys, just passed to Angel Pass and Bowden. Now we are on Coxley station, and then we're gonna go to Benton and then Port Benton, and we're gonna go back to Stepford East. Takes a long time to do that, but anyways, as I always say, I will be creating the longest video that I've created.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Port Benton. We will be calling at Benton and Port Benton. The next station is Benton.
Alright guys, as I always say, this video that I created will be over 1 hour, because this video is gonna be over 1 hour. It's gonna be long video. And also, make sure you drop a like, drop a comment, share, and make sure you subscribe, so you never had miss out. And also turn on the post notifications, so you'll not forget to watch the video, post videos, or something like that.
We will shortly be arriving at Benton. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Right, we're approaching Benton.
Platform 4 for the 1652 Stepford Connect service
to
to
Benton.
Port Benton. Calling at Port Benton only. This train has 5 coaches.
Alright, gonna stop here. Gonna open the doors. Right, gonna drop the passengers.
This is Benton. This train is for Port Benton. The next station is Port Benton.
Alright, we're gonna continue the journey to Port Benton, and then we're gonna travel back to Stepford East. And make a new journey.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Port Benton. The next station is Port Benton.
Gonna just camera. Alright, we're almost at the Port Benton, which is our last.
We will shortly be arriving at Port Benton.
Alright,
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. This train terminates here. All change, please.
The train now approaching Platform 2 terminates here. This train is the service from Coxley.
Alright, gonna stop here, and we're gonna continue our journey back to Stepford East. Here we go. We're gonna drop passengers.
This is Port Benton. This train terminates here. All change, please. Thank you for travelling with us today.
Alright, we're gonna change route to Stepford Victoria.
Platform 2 for the 1655 Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria. Calling at Benton, Coxley, Bowden, Angel Pass, St Helens Bridge, Stepford East, Stepford Central, City Hospital, Financial Quarter, and Stepford Victoria. This train has 5 coaches.
Alright, we're gonna continue to Stepford Victoria. Takes around 15 minutes from Port Benton to Stepford Victoria, we go 10 stops. We're gonna, after we reach the Stepford Victoria, we're gonna go to Stepford Airport Central, and now after Airport Central we're gonna back to Stepford Victoria, and then we're gonna go to Edgemead, which is this one location is very far. Alright, let's go.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria. We will be calling at Benton, Coxley, Bowden, Angel Pass, St Helens Bridge, Stepford East, Stepford Central, City Hospital, Financial Quarter, and Stepford Victoria. The next station is Benton.
Alright, we almost reached the station right now. Benton Station.
We will shortly be arriving at Benton. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Platform 13 for the 16:57 Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria. Calling at Coxley, Bowden, Angel Pass, St Helens Bridge, Stepford East, Stepford Central, City Hospital, Financial Quarter, and Stepford Victoria. This train has 5 coaches.
Right, dropping our
Platform
passengers.
4 for the
This is
16:52
Benton.
Stepford Connect service
This
to
train is for
Airport
Stepford
Central.
Victoria.
Calling at
The next
Benton
station
Bridge,
is
Stepford
Coxley.
Airport Parkway, and Stepford Airport Central. This train has 4 coaches.
Right, door close, and let's continue our journey to Stepford Victoria. Here we go. Full speed ahead.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria. We will be calling at Coxley, Bowden, Angel Pass, St Helens Bridge, Stepford East, Stepford Central, City Hospital, Financial Quarter, and Stepford Victoria. The next station is Coxley.
Right. Oh my god. 5 coaches. Okay. 8 minutes now. As I always say, I don't know why it always stop recording every 10 minutes. I don't know why. To buy need to upgrade to premium for my screen recorder. So yep.
We will shortly be arriving at Coxley. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Calling at Bowden,
Right,
Angel
so-
Pass, St Helens Bridge, Stepford East, Stepford Central, City Hospital, Financial Quarter, and Stepford
So don't worry
Victoria.
about that.
This train has 5 coaches.
I can edit the videos and connect them together instead of buying the premium pass of it.
This is Coxley. This train is for Stepford Victoria. The next station is Bowden.
Okay, it's 11:59. let's continue our journey then.
Stand back from the
Stepford,
platform
Victoria.
edge.
The next station is St. Helens Bridge.
Alright, now we're on Angel Pass. We just passed boarding station. Gonna continue our journey to Stepford, Victoria now. Okay. I don't know why this recorder, screen recorder always stops 10 minutes.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford, Victoria. The next station is St. Helens Bridge.
Okay, now clear. Next station is St. Helen Springs. I'm gonna be fast, be a little fast.
We will shortly be arriving at St. Helens Bridge. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Stepford East, Stepford Central, City Hospital, Financial
Yes.
Quarter, and Stepford, Victoria.
This recording
This train has 5 coaches.
always stops.
Platform
at
4
10
for the
minutes.
1706 Stepford
Always
Connect
at 10
service
minutes
to
the
West
recording
Wyvern.
stop.
Calling at Bowden, Coxley, Benton Bridge,
This is
Hampton Target,
St. Helens
Water
Bridge.
Newton, Rocket Parade.
This train is for
Layton
Stepford,
Road,
Victoria.
Layton City,
The next
Edgemead,
station is
Fairmere, West
Stepford
Coast,
East.
Millcastle Racecourse, Millcastle, and West Wyvern. This train has 4 coaches.
Alright, next stop is Stepford East. That's our station. The first station we're going to Port Benton.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford, Victoria. The next station is Stepford East.
Gonna be. Oh, look at the view. This view is amazing. As look at the view, it's very amazing. But I think 2 minutes now. Minutes though.
We will shortly be arriving at Stepford East. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
For the 1706 Stepford Connect service to Stepford, Victoria. Calling at Stepford Central, City Hospital, Financial Quarter, and Stepford, Victoria. This train has 5 coaches.
Alright, doors open.
This is Stepford East. This train is for Stepford, Victoria. The next station is Stepford Central.
Right. Okay, let's continue again for a journey to Stepford, Victoria. Now we only have 2 stops, and then we're gonna approaching to Stepford, Victoria.
Platform 2.
Welcome
for the
on board this
1707
Stepford Connect service to
Connect
Stepford,
service to
Victoria.
Edgemead.
The next station is Stepford Central.
Guys, please stop comment if I will continue this game again for after I just purchasing the new routes. For now, I did not unlock all routes now, just unlock a few of them. Just drop a comment if you want to see me to play again this game. after I unlock all routes. Please comment down below, guys. Look at the building, very nice though. Please drop a comment below, guys. Thank you.
We will shortly be arriving at Stepford Central. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
City Hospital, Financial Quarter, and Stepford Victoria.
Oh my.
This train has 5 coaches.
This station is very, very gorgeous and huge though.
This is Stepford Central. This train is for Stepford Victoria. The next station is City Hospital.
Right, we're gonna pass the bridge now. On the way to City Hospital and then our last station, Stepford Victoria.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria. We will be calling at City Hospital, Financial Quarter, and Stepford Victoria. The next station is City Hospital. We will shortly be arriving at City Hospital. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
And Stepford Victoria. This train has 5 coaches.
Perfect. Stop.
This is City Hospital.
Oh my god.
This train is for Stepford Victoria. The next station is Financial Quarter.
Look at this. Perfect stops. Just in time. That was so close though. Alright, just one more station. Financial Quarter. And we're gonna reach Stepford
Welcome on
Victoria.
board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria. The next station is Financial Quarter.
And also, after we reach the final stop at Stepford Victoria, we're gonna continue again to Stepford Central, and then back from Stepford Central to Stepford Victoria, and then we're gonna go to Edgemead from Stepford Victoria, which is take a long time, almost 20 minutes now, I think. Let's see there. Yes, let's see.
17:10.
Right,
Service
we
to
know what the
Stepford
Financial
Victoria.
Quarter.
Calling at Stepford Victoria only. This train has 5 coaches.
Right, we're reaching Financial Quarter.
This is Financial Quarter. This train is for Stepford Victoria. The next station is Stepford Victoria.
Okay, 2 minutes until the stop recording. Let's go to Stepford Victoria. Let's go. We already delayed 3 minutes now.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria. The next station is Stepford Victoria.
Alright, we have delayment of 20 seconds now. It's not too bad. But alright, we're almost reaching at Stepford Victoria now.
We will shortly be arriving at Stepford Victoria.
Stepford Victoria.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. This train terminates here. All change, please.
Platform 1 terminates here. This train is the service from Port Benton.
We're gonna stop at the final destination, Stepford Victoria. Alright, stop. And we're done. We're dropping off Stepford the
This
passengers.
is Stepford Victoria.
And we're gonna go to...
This
Alright guys.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Airport Central. The next station is City Hospital.
Alright guys, we just passed Stepford Victoria and Financial Quarter. We're on the way to Airport Central, which is take us 15 minutes from now. 9 stops, and then we're gonna reach Airport Central. That took a long time.
We will shortly be arriving at City Hospital. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
I think we're gonna make
Platform 1 for the 1716 Stepford Connect service to Stepford Airport Central. Calling at Stepford Central, Stepford East, St Helens Bridge, Bowden, Coxley, Benton Bridge, Stepford Airport Parkway, and
This is
Stepford
City
Airport
Hospital.
Central. This train has
is
5
for
coaches.
Stepford Airport Central. The next station is Stepford Central. Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Airport Central. The next station is Stepford Central. We will shortly be arriving at Stepford Central.
reaching Stepford Central.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Stepford East, St Helens Bridge, Bowden, Coxley, Benton Bridge, Stepford Airport Parkway, and Stepford Airport Central. This train has 5 coaches.
Alright,
Platform 14 for the 17.
This is
19
Stepford
early
Central.
service to Stepford
This
Airport
train is
Central.
for Stepford
Calling at
Airport Central.
Stepford Airport Central.
The next
only.
station is
This train has 4
Stepford
coaches.
East.
First class is located at the front of this train. Your attention please. The 1722 Stepford Express service to Stepford Central has been cancelled. This is due to a member of train crew being unavailable.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Airport Central. We will be calling at Stepford East, St Helens Bridge, Bowden, Coxley, Benton Bridge, Stepford Airport Parkway, and Stepford Airport Central. The next station is Stepford East.
right, almost there. Just a little bit quicker than we don't have much time. We have a lot of time to stop.
We will shortly be arriving at Stepford East.
St Helens Bridge.
Please mind the
Bowden,
gap between the
Coxley,
train and the platform.
Benton Bridge,
If we
Stepford Airport Parkway,
we're gonna
and Stepford Airport Central.
delay time.
This train has 5 coaches. Platform 4 for the 1719 Stepford Connect service to Beachley. Calling at Stepford Central, City
This
Hospital,
is
and
Stepford
Beachley.
East.
This train has
This
5
train
coaches.
is for Stepford Airport Central.
The train
The
now
next
approaching
station
platform
is
5.
St
Does
Helens
not stop
Bridge.
here. Please stand back from the platform edge.
Here we go. 12:20. Time 4:82.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Airport Central. The next station is St Helens Bridge.
Right. We're gonna reach at
We will shortly be arriving at St. Helens Bridge. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Connect service to Stepford Airport Central. Calling at Bowden, Coxley, Benton, Benton Bridge, Stepford Airport Parkway, and Stepford Airport Central. This train has 5 coaches.
This is St. Helens Bridge. This train is for Stepford Airport Central. The next station is Bowden.
Close the doors. And here we go.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Airport Central. The next station is Bowden.
Alright, next stop is Bowden. Right. Next stop is Bowden Station. We have 4 more stops and then we're gonna reach Airport Central. Right, we are now passing Angel Pass Station on the way to Bowden. Because the train did not stop here at Angel Pass. By the way, thank you all for tuning in this video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and turn on the post notifications so you never miss out on my videos. And stay tuned.
We will shortly be arriving at Bowden. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Alright, now I need to wait until the signal is cleared. There goes another train just departure from Bowden. Alright, let's go!
Platform 1 for the 1722 Stepford Connect service to Stepford Airport Central. Calling at Coxley, Benton, Benton Bridge, Stepford Airport Parkway, and Stepford Airport Central. This train has 5 coaches.
Alright, dropping passengers.
This is Bowden. This train is for Stepford Airport Central. The next station is Coxley.
Alright.
Your attention please. The 1731 Stepford Connect service to Stepford Airport Central has been cancelled. This is due to a member of train crew being unavailable.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Airport Central. The next station is Coxley.
Right, on the way to Coxley to Airport Central. Alright then, we just can pass.
4 for the 1729
Benton Bridge, the
Stepford
next
Connect
stop.
service.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Airport Central. We will be calling at Benton Bridge. Stepford Airport Parkway and Stepford Airport Central. The next station is Benton Bridge.
Right, we're gonna press the bridge now.
We will shortly be arriving at Benton Bridge. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Platform 1 for the 1728 Stepford Connect service to Stepford Airport Central. Calling at Stepford Airport Parkway and Stepford Airport Central. This train has 5 coaches.
Alright, continue then.
Your attention please. The 1739 Stepford Connect service to Stepford Airport Central has been cancelled. This is due to a member of train crew being unavailable.
Alright, let's stop them off.
This is Benton Bridge. This train is for Stepford
The train
Airport
now
Central.
approaching platform 2
The next
does not
station
stop here.
is
Please
Stepford
stand back
Airport
from the
Parkway.
platform edge.
Right.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Airport Central. The next station is Stepford Airport Parkway. We will shortly be arriving at Stepford Airport Parkway. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Stepford Connect service to Stepford Airport Central. Calling at Stepford Airport Central only. This train has 5 coaches.
This is Stepford Airport Parkway. This train is for Stepford Airport Central. The next station is Stepford Airport Central. Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Airport Central. The next station is Stepford Airport Central.
Alright. And this might be the last stop, which is Stepford Airport
We will
Central.
shortly be arriving at Stepford Airport Central. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Stepford East.
This train terminates
Central,
here.
City
All
Hospital,
change, please.
Financial Quarter, and Stepford Victoria. This train has 4 coaches. The train now approaching Platform 1 terminates here. This train is the service from Stepford Victoria.
Right, then we're gonna go to Edgemead now.
This is Stepford Airport Central. This train terminates here. All change, please. Thank you for travelling with us today.
Alright, we're gonna go to Edgemead now. after this. Alright, we're gonna exit the menu for now to change the route to Edgemead now. We're gonna continue after this. Alright guys, we're currently changed route now on the way to Edgemead, which take
Platform
over 20
2
minutes
for the
now.
1741 Stepford Connect service to Whitefield. Calling at Financial Quarter, City Hospital, Stepford Central, Stepford East, High Street, Whitefield Lido, Stepford UFC, Woodhead Lane, Horton Rake, and Whitefield. This train has 4 coaches. Your attention please. The 1752 Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria has been cancelled. This is due to a member of train crew being unavailable. The train now approaching platform 3 terminates here.
Alright, let's continue to our journey to Edgemead.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Edgemead. We will be calling at Stepford Central, Stepford East, St Helens Bridge, Bowden, Coxley, Benton, Hampton Hargate, Water Newton, Layton Stepford Road, Layton City, and Edgemead. The next station is Stepford Central.
Platform 1 does not stop here. Please stand back from the platform edge.
Right, we reach Stepford Central. This
The train now approaching platform 1 does not stop here. Please stand back from the platform edge.
right, we're reaching Stepford Central. Right, now.
Service to Edgemead. Calling at Stepford East, St Helens Bridge, Bowden, Coxley, Benton, Hampton Hargate, Water Newton, Layton Stepford Road, Layton City, and Edgemead. This train has 5 coaches.
This is Stepford Central. This train is for Edgemead. The next station is Stepford East.
Alright, next stop, Stepford East. We're gonna continue the journey. Our 23-minute journey to Edgemead. There you go, 23 minutes journey to Edgemead. Continues now.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Edgemead. We will be calling at Stepford East, St Helens Bridge, Bowden, Coxley, Benton, Hampton Hargate, Water Newton, Layton Stepford Road, Layton City, and Edgemead. The next station is Stepford East.
Let's go. Alright, we almost reached at Stepford East Station.
We will
right
shortly
now.
be arriving at Stepford East. Please mind the gap between the train and the
Layton
platform.
Stepford Road, Layton City, and Edgemead. This train has 5 coaches.
This is Stepford East. This train is for Edgemead. The next station is St Helens Bridge.
Helens Bridge is our next station. Our next stop. St Helens Bridge.
Platform 2 for the 1746 Stepford Connect service to Whitefield. Calling
Welcome
at
on board
High
this
Street,
Stepford Connect service to
Whitefield Lever,
Edgemead.
Stepford UFC.
The next station is St Helens Bridge.
Alright, after we reach at Benton Station, we're gonna change the direction to on the way to Hampton Target. Water Newtons, Layton Stepford Road, Layton City and Edgemead, our final stop. Actually, I will continue the station from Edgemead to Inn by the Sea, which is the other side of the map. It's very far away, I know. This journey is very far. .46.
We will shortly be arriving at St Helens Bridge. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Alright, we reached at St
Calling
Helens
at
Bridge.
Bowden, Coxley, Benton, Hampton Target, Water Newton, Layton Stepford Road, Layton City, and Edgemead. This train has 5 coaches. Platform 5 for the 1745 Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria.
This is
Calling
St
at
Helens Bridge.
Stepford East,
This
Stepford
train is
Central,
for
City
Edgemead.
Hospital, Financial
The
Quarter,
next station
and
is
Stepford
Bowden.
Victoria. This train has 4 coaches.
Alright. Let's continue our journey to Edgemead. Let's go!
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Edgemead. The next station is Bowden.
For those of you who just joined this premiere, welcome to my channel, and make sure you subscribe, share this video, drop a comment, drop a like, make sure you subscribe, and turn on the post notifications so you never miss out our new post videos. And also, for those of you who are subscribed to my channel, welcome. My name is David. I like playing Roblox games, any type of Roblox games. That is my favorite all the time. For those of you who are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and welcome. My name is David again. I like playing Roblox games. Like
We will
this one.
shortly be arriving at Bowden. Please mind the gap between the train and the
Stepford
platform.
Connect service
Like
to
any type of
Edgemead.
this game,
Calling at
maybe
Coxley,
any type
Benton,
of Roblox games
Hampton
I
Target,
play.
Water Newton, Layton Stepford Road, Layton City, and Edgemead. This train has 5 coaches.
Alright,
This is Bowden. This train is for Edgemead. The next station
Right, this
is
video-
Coxley.
We're gonna cut here and then we're gonna continue right on side. Alright then, let's continue then to Edgemead. We are here in Benton.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Edgemead. The next station is Benton.
Right, how many minutes do it takes to... Oh, just 10 minutes left. We have 4 stops, which is Hampton Target, Newton, Layton Stepford Road, Layton City, and Edgemead. By the way, guys, once again, this is gonna be long video. This video is gonna be over an hour. For those of you who haven't subscribed, please do so. Subscribe to my channel. Leave a like, drop comments, share, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. So we're gonna stop at Benton and then we're gonna...
We will shortly be arriving at Benton.
Target.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Platform 4 for the 1751 Stepford Connect service to Edgemead. Calling at Hampton Target, Newton, Layton Stepford Road, Layton City, and Edgemead. This train has 5 coaches.
Right.
This is
Benton.
Benton. This train is for Edgemead. The next station is Hampton Target.
Right, we're gonna go to Edgemead, the journey to Edgemead, and then we are gonna still continue on the way to Lane by the Sea, which is took a long journey. Here we go. Next stop, Hampton Target.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Edgemead. We will be calling at Hampton Target, Newton, Layton Stepford Road, Layton City, and Edgemead. The next station is Hampton Target.
Here we come, Edgemead. So far, I already get 556 points. Maybe we can unlock new routes for this video.
The train now approaching platform 2 does not stop here. Please stand back from the platform edge.
Alright, here we go to Hampton Target. As you can see, just now we just changing directions of the train on the way to Hampton Target and also to Edgemead. Here we go. And after that, after we reach Edgemead, we're gonna still continue to Lane by the Sea.
We will shortly be arriving at Hampton Target.
Right,
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Gonna slow down right here.
Layton Stepford Road, Layton City, and Edgemead. This train has 5 coaches. Your attention please. The 1800 Stepford Connect service to
This
Edgemead
is
has been
Hampton
cancelled.
Target.
This is due
This
to
train
a
is
member of
for
train crew being
Edgemead.
unavailable.
The next station is Water Newton.
Alright. We'll just have 3 more stops and then we're gonna approaching Edgemead, which is the final stop. And after Edgemead, we're gonna continue to Lane by the Sea. Let's go.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Edgemead. The next station is Water Newton.
Right. Oh my. Water Newton. 100. Increase a little bit. Right, look at the view on which mountain it is good enough though. Okay, the train does not stop at stations, so we're gonna continue then to Water Newton and also to Edgemead. Right, we almost reached at Water Newton stations. Right, just a few meters away.
We will shortly be arriving at Water Newton. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Layton City and Edgemead. This train has 5 coaches.
This is Water Newton. This train is for Edgemead. The next station is Layton Stepford Road.
Right, almost 1 AM right now. I'm gonna go to sleep after this. We're gonna continue tomorrow then. Right, doors closed. We're on the way to Edgemead. Just 2 more stops and then we'll finally reaching Edgemead. Let's go!
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Edgemead. The next station is Layton Stepford Road.
Guys, comment down below which station is your favorite now in this game. Please comment down below which station is your favorite one in this game. Please comment down below, guys. Right. Layton Stepford Road. I think we're just passing industry factory or something, and right there we're almost reached at Layton City, which we're gonna stop at Layton Stepford Road first, and then we're gonna stop at Layton City, and finally we're gonna go to Edgemead.
The train now approaching platform 1 does not stop here. Please stand back from the platform edge.
We will shortly be arriving at Layton Stepford Road.
Okay.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Platform 2 for the 17.
Alright guys, just made it to Layton City Road, and we're gonna just one more station to Edgemead now.
This is Layton City. This train is for Edgemead. The next station is Edgemead.
Alright, this is our final destination, Edgemead. Here we go, final destinations. And after we reaching at Edgemead, we're gonna continue our last journey to Lynn by the Sea. Stay
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Edgemead. The next station is Edgemead.
Alright, we're having the lemon to Edgemead now. It's already been 3 minutes now. 3 minutes 30 minutes now. 2 minutes 30 seconds, I mean. Alright. I think
We will shortly be arriving at Edgemead. Please mind the
Now
gap
approaching
between the
platform
train
2
and the
terminates
platform.
here.
This train
is a service
terminates
from
here.
Stepford,
All
Victoria.
change, please.
I think we have time to make it to Lynn by the Sea now.
This is Edgemead. This train terminates here. All change, please. Thank you for travelling with us today.
Alright guys, we're gonna change the route to Lynn by the Sea.
Platform 2
Let's go.
for the 1807 Stepford Connect service to Lynn by the Sea. Calling at Fairmere, West Coast, Millcastle Racecourse, Millcastle, West Wyvern, Starry Lock, North Shore, and Lynn by the Sea. This
Okay.
train has 5 coaches.
Okay, I think I have time to do that. Yep, we have time to do that. And after that we're gonna continue tomorrow. Let's go. This train's for Lynn by the
Welcome
Sea.
on board this Stepford Connect service to Lynn by the Sea. We will be calling at Fairmere, Westercoast, Millcastle Racecourse, Millcastle, West Wyvern, Starry Lock, North Shore, and Lynn by the Sea. The next station is Fairmere.
Lynn by the Sea. Here we go.
We will shortly be arriving at Fairmere. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Calling at West Coast, Millcastle Racecourse, Millcastle, West Wyvern, Starry Lock, North Shore, and Lynn by the Sea. This train has 5 coaches.
This is Fairmere. This train is for Lynn by the Sea.
Lynn
The
by
next station is Westercoast.
Alright, on the way to Lynn by the Sea, which is located near the beach now, the city which is located near the beach, that is Lynn by the Sea. And we're gonna go there. Here we go. Let's go. Lynn by the Sea.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Lynn by the Sea. The next station is Westercoast.
Right. Let's go fast. This time we're gonna go quick. Lynn by the Sea. Here we go. Oh my god. We're on the hill now. Across the high bridge. That's the road right there. There's the river, and we're reaching the western coast.
We will shortly be arriving at Westercoast. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Calling at Millcastle Racecourse, Millcastle, West Wyvern, Starry Lock, North Shore, and Lynn by the Sea. This train has 5 coaches.
This is Westercoast. This train is for Lynn by the Sea. The next station is Millcastle Racecourse.
Westercoast, which located the house, the neighborhood house. Actually, Westercoast is the small city though. No buildings, just house or apartment or something. Wait, next station, Millcastle Racecourse. Millcastle, West Wyvern, Stylock, also Lynn by the Sea. Five more stops, and then we're gonna approaching Lynn by the Sea. Right, 7 minutes now. Please wait while the passengers are loading. If you're new here to my channel, welcome. My name is David. Nice to meet you. My favorite game is Roblox. Here right now that I'm just playing it right now. Right here and right now.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Lynn by the Sea. The next station is Millcastle Racecourse.
Alright, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is David. I always post Roblox game, vlogs, and etc. And also make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our video. And also drop a like.
We will shortly be arriving at Millcastle Racecourse. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Right, we reach at Millcastle Racecourse.
Platform 1 for the 1814 Stepford Connect service to Lynn by the Sea. Calling at Millcastle, West Wyvern, Starry Lock, North Shore,
Oh my God,
and
just
Lynn by
missed.
the Sea. This train has 5 coaches.
This is Millcastle Racecourse. This train is for Lynn by the Sea. The next station is Millcastle.
Just Millcastle Racecourse. Next stop is Millcastle. Oh my god. Alright guys, we made it in Millcastle. Now we're gonna go to Edgemead now. I mean Lynn by the Sea. Let's go. Next stop is West Wyvern and Psylocke, followed by Nostro and Lynn by the Sea. Here we go.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Lynn by the Sea. The next station is West Wyvern.
Let's go! Just 2 more stops and then we're gonna approaching Lynn by the Sea. And then after that I'm gonna continue tomorrow for the next. We're gonna continue tomorrow for the game. But as always, this video is very long, which is over 1 hour video. I'm gonna send it to Premiere. It's gonna send to Premiere because this video is super long. My very first video that I created is long enough. Right then, we'll almost reach at West Wyvern, just a few meters away, and then we're gonna reach West Wyvern. Let's go. Few meters away, 0.42 miles per hour until we reach West Wyvern. Oh, look at the bridge. That is made of wood, right? No, made of brick. What?
We will shortly be arriving at West Wyvern. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Lynn by the Sea. Calling at Starry Lock, North Shore, and Lynn by the Sea. This train has 5 coaches.
Right, doors open.
This is West Wyvern. This train is for Lynn by the Sea. The next station is Starry Lock.
Alright, West Wyvern. Starry Lock. Next stop, Starry Lock. 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Door closes. Alright, Starry Lock. Let's go. Starry Lock, not so, and then Lynn by the Sea.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Lynn by the Sea. We will be calling at Starry Lock, North Shore, and Lynn by the Sea. The next station is Starry Lock.
Look at this. We're riding across the beach right now. Oh my god. We just flew by the beach right now. Look at this beach. It's very huge, right? Very huge. This beach is very large. Wait, by the way, we almost reached Starry Lock station. Right, after we reach Lynn by the Sea, I'm gonna continue tomorrow for the video. But this video, I'm gonna connect together as one video, which is 1 hour, over 1 hour long.
We will shortly be arriving at Starry Lock. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
And Lynn by the Sea. This train has 5 coaches.
Right, by the time if I already post the video.
This is Starry Lock. This train is for Lynn by the Sea. The next station is North Shore.
Alright, by the time if I already completed all the goods, I'm gonna immediately upload to YouTube.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Lynn by the Sea. The next station is North Shore.
And also, my time is run out, but it's already near Lynn by the Sea, so why not just build until I reach Lynn by the Sea, and then we're gonna continue the video tomorrow then. Yeah, let's do that. Just 2 more stations and then we'll finally reach the Lynn by the Sea station. And also,
We will shortly be arriving at North Shore. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
23.
And also this station right here,
Lynn by the Sea.
it's near
Calling
on
us
the beach.
Lynn by the Sea. Only.
That's why
This train has 5 coaches.
the reason is they're called Lynn by the Sea because they are capital city which is located on the
This
beach.
is North Shore.
So that's why they call
This
Lynn by
train
the
is
Sea.
for Lynn by the Sea. The next station is Lynn by the Sea.
That's why, according to the game, the station called Lynn by the Sea because it is central city and located near the beach. I mean near the sea. So that's why they call Lynn by the Sea.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Lynn by the Sea. The next station is Lynn by the Sea.
And look at this railway. It's located on the beach, on the sea. Alright. Oh my. Isn't it beautiful? Riding to the beach, to the sea. Which is the final stop, Lynn by the Sea, which is the city, capital city, located at the beach. That's why they call Lynn by the Sea right there. Wait, we're almost there now. See, there is near the beach, the city. Alright, we almost reached the final journey destination, the final stop, Lynn by the Sea. Right, there he is. We are now reached the city called Lynn by the Sea. Right, better not waste time.
We will shortly be arriving at Lynn by the Sea. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. This
now
train
approaching
terminates here.
Platform 7.
All
Terminates
change,
here.
please.
This train is the service from Edgemead.
This
Alright,
is
guys.
Lynn by the
We're
Sea.
here, the final destination.
This train terminates
Lynn
here.
by the Sea.
All change, please. Thank you for travelling with us today.
Alright guys, we're gonna continue the video tomorrow. Alright then. Perfect timing. See you tomorrow.
This train has 5 coaches.
Alright guys. Now it's day 2. Now it's tomorrow. Yesterday I just made it to Edgemead to Layton by the sea, and this time we're gonna go back to Edgemead and then go back to Stepford, Victoria, and then gonna change route there. It's currently 4:39.
The train now approaching platform 1 terminates here. This train is the service from Stepford Central.
Right now it's currently 4:40 in the UK. In my country it's 11:40 AM. Now this is night, yo.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Edgemead. We will be calling at North Shore, Starry Lock, West Wyvern, Millcastle, Millcastle Racecourse, Wester Coast, Faymere and Edgemead. The next station is North Shore.
Look at this beautiful city, Layton by the sea. Is it amazing? And we're calling at Millcastle, Style Up, West Wyvern, Millcastle Racecourse, Wester Coast, Faymere and Edgemead. That is our final destination. Alright then. We are about speed limit 49, and now the speed limit is changed to 100, so we're gonna increase it to 70 speed. Gonna increase to 70.
We will shortly be arriving at North Shore. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Starry Lock, West Wyvern, Millcastle, Millcastle Racecourse, Wester Coast, Faymere and Edgemead. This train has 5 coaches.
Alright guys.
This is North Shore. This train is for Edgemead. The next station is Starry Lock.
Alright guys, made it in North Shore, and next stop is Starry Lock Station. By the way guys, if you're new here, welcome. My name is David, and I love playing Roblox game, which is this game right here, and any type of games. And also, if you're new here, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, turn on the post notification so you never miss out our post videos.
Your attention please. The 0501
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect
Express
service to Edgemead.
Layton by the sea has
The
been
next
cancelled.
station is
This is
Starry Lock.
Right, we're now passing to the beach now, as you can see. That's the last car. On the way to Edgemead.
We will shortly be arriving at Starry Lock. Please mind the gap between the
West
train
Wyvern,
and the platform.
Millcastle, Millcastle Racecourse, West Coast, Famere, and Edgemead. This train has 5 coaches.
This is Starry Lock. This train is for Edgemead. The next station is West Wyvern.
Right guys, we're on the Starlock station. 5 more stops and then we'll reach Edgemead. By the time we reach Edgemead, we're gonna continue from Edgemead to Stepford Victoria, and then we're gonna change routes to Stepford UFC, which is the shortest route on this game. Let's go then.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Edgemead. The next station is West Wyvern.
Well guys, as you can tell, the video is cut every 10 minutes because my screen recorder only allows me to record 10 minutes. But don't worry, I'm gonna edit the video and connect them, all the videos with this goes to one video. This is the long video. The video here is maybe can be 2 hours long, maybe over 1 hour long. I don't know. You see now. We'll see. Once again, we're gonna pass the beach. Isn't it amazing, the beach? There is a moon right there. Imagine that you sit it on the beach and see the moon right there. Isn't it beautiful? Comment down below guys. Right, this video is gonna be long enough. This video is very long enough. Right there, we're gonna reach West Wyvern Station. Just a few meters away.
We will shortly be arriving at West Wyvern. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Millcastle Racecourse, West Coast, Famere, and Edgemead. This train has 5 coaches.
Alright, gonna stop here. Gonna stop here. Gonna open the doors now.
This is West Wyvern. This train is for Edgemead. The next station is Millcastle.
Alright, next station, Millcastle. Gonna go right now. The journey continues to Edgemead. Right now. Let's go.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Edgemead. We will be calling at Millcastle, Millcastle Racecourse, West Coast, Famere, and Edgemead. The next station is Millcastle.
Right time, as you can see, it's currently 4:48 in the UK in the morning, whereas my country, it is 11:48 AM. It's my country, which is the next day that I just woke up. Right, gonna be a long way to Edgemead. Right, 0.75 miles to go. Right, as as you can tell, this is the estimated time we reach the Millcastle station. This is 4:49, and we got delayed just 20 seconds. Delay. Alright guys.
The next station is Westercoast.
Alright guys, we just passed to Millcastle Racecourse, and then we're gonna just pass Millcastle and Millcastle Racecourse. Next stop is Westercoast, Premier, and Edgemead. Just 2 more stations to go, and then we're gonna reach Edgemead station. Alright, we're gonna increase to 70 right now. Not 70, we're gonna increase to 50 for now. 50 miles per hour. Right, now we're passing through the tunnel. We're going to Westercoast stations. On the way to Edgemead. Actually,
we will shortly be arriving at Westercoast.
Actually, we're on the way.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Premier and Edgemead. This train has 5 coaches.
Alright, we're on the way to Stepford Victoria, by the way. We're gonna transit to Edgemead, and then we're gonna continue our destination again to Stepford Victoria. Alright, just reached Westercoast station.
This is Westercoast. This train is for Edgemead. The next station is Famere.
Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Doors closing.
The train now approaching platform 1 does not stop here. Please stand back from the platform edge.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Edgemead.
Alright.
The next station is Famere.
Next stop is Famere. And then last stop again. After Famere, we're gonna do a last stop, which is Edgemead. And then we're gonna continue to Stepford Victoria. And this is gonna be a long journey that I ever had. You guys just switch to the menu of lights there. On the way to Stepford Victoria. Probably you can tell. Right,
We will shortly be arriving at Famere. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Calling at Edgemead only. This train has 5 coaches.
This is Famere. This train is for Edgemead. The next station is Edgemead.
Platform 2 Edgemead. That's where we are currently right now. And 512 is currently going to Link by the Sea, which is expectedly 513. There you go.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Edgemead. The next station is Edgemead.
Alright, our last stop right here, Edgemead. Alright, just 0.40 miles to go to Edgemead. And time tells me that we'll expectedly reach Edgemead at
We will shortly be arriving at Edgemead. Please mind the
Train now
gap
approaching.
between the
Platform
train
2
and the platform.
terminates here.
This
This
train
train is the
terminates
service
here.
from Lynn by
All
the
change,
Sea.
please.
Right, we're reaching Edgemead.
This is Edgemead. This train terminates here. All change, please. Thank you for travelling with us today.
Right, we're reaching Edgemead and then we're gonna resume our destinations to Stepford, Victoria. Right. Right guys, we're gonna change route. Gonna go to Stepford, Victoria.
Platform 2 for the 0458 Stepford Connect service to Stepford, Victoria. Calling at Layton City, Layton Stepford Road, Water Newton, Hampton Hargate, Benton,
Alright, we're gonna
Coxley,
continue our
Bowden,
journey
St
to
Helens
Stepford,
Bridge,
Victoria.
Stepford East, Stepford Central,
It takes
and
23
Stepford,
minutes to
Victoria.
Stepford, Victoria.
This train has 5 coaches.
And we're gonna reach Stepford, Victoria at 5:20, which is take 23 minutes on the way to Stepford, Victoria. Cancel 10 stops, and then we're gonna reach Stepford, Victoria, which is Layton City, Layton Stepford Road, Water Newton, Hampton Target, Benton, Coxley, Bowden, St Helens Bridge, Stepford East, and Stepford Central. And then the final stop, Stepford, Victoria, which is our last destination. We're gonna change route again to the shortest route, which is Stepford UFC. We're gonna do it after Stepford, we're reaching Stepford, Victoria.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford, Victoria. We will be calling at Layton City, Layton Stepford Road, Water Newton, Hampton Hargate, Benton, Coxley, Bowden, St Helens Bridge, Stepford East, Stepford Central, and Stepford, Victoria. The next station is Layton City.
Alright guys, gonna full speed ahead now to 100. Miles to go. Alright guys, almost there. Layton City Road. Alright.
We will shortly be arriving at Layton City. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
St Helens Bridge, Stepford East, Stepford Central, and Stepford, Victoria. This train has 5 coaches.
This is
Stepford, Victoria.
Alright guys,
Calling at
just made it
Water
at
Newton,
Stepford Road.
Hampton Hargate, Benton, Coxley, Bowden, St Helens Bridge, Stepford East, Stepford Central, and
This
Stepford,
is
Victoria.
Layton Stepford Road.
This train has 5 coaches.
This train is for
The train now
Stepford,
approaching
Victoria.
Platform 2 terminates
The next
here.
station
This
is
train is the
Water
service
Newton.
from Stepford Central.
Sorry for the noise outside guys. Alright, time to close the doors and continue our journey to Stepford, Victoria.
Your attention please. The 0515 Stepford Connect service to Edgemead has been cancelled. This is due to a member of train crew being unavailable.
Right, here we go.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford, Victoria. We will be calling at Water Newton, Hampton Hargate, Benton, Coxley, Bowden, St Helens
Please stand back
Bridge,
from the platform edge.
Stepford East, Stepford Central, and Stepford, Victoria. The next station is Water Newton.
Alright guys, as you can tell, it is currently 5:02 now in the UK. But it's already 12:03 PM right now in my country. Right, 1 minute now. Right, we almost reached at Water Newton station.
We will shortly be arriving at Water Newton. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
0504 Stepford Connect Service to Stepford Victoria. Calling at Hampton Hargate, Benton, Coxley, Bowden, St Helens Bridge, Stepford East, Stepford Central, and Stepford Victoria.
This is
This
Water
train
Newton.
has 5 coaches.
This train is for Stepford Victoria. The next station is Hampton Hargate.
Next stop, Stepford Victoria. Alright, close the doors. And let's go. On the way to Stepford Victoria.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria. The next station is Hampton Hargate.
Right, just pass between the buildings, the 2 buildings. Right, just passing between 2 industries. The experience as I just got 250 experience. Alright guys, we have 2 miles to go, so as fast as we go.
Platform edge.
Alright, just 1.20 miles to go. Alright, this is the speed. Right, we almost reached at Hampton Target. There's 0.60 miles to go. Okay, we are at Layton. 20 miles to go. 0.20 miles to go.
We will shortly be arriving at Hampton Hargate. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Stepford Central and Stepford Victoria. This train has 5 coaches.
We're gonna stop here. 5 minutes now. Alright, open the doors.
This is Hampton Hargate. This train is for Stepford Victoria. The next station is Benton.
Alright, close the doors. Alright, next stop, Benton. Full speed ahead.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria. The next station is Benton.
Minutes now. Reach Benton City. Okay, increasing to 65. We're passing to the tunnels to Benton.
The train now approaching platform 3 does not stop here. Please stand back from the platform edge.
Right guys, we're with St. Helens Bridge right now, which is we're currently passing right now. Okay, green. Let's go. Now. Okay. As your alarm just alert me to be careful. Actually,
We will
guys,
shortly be arriving at Benton. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Actually guys, I'm not a big fan of trains or anything. I'm not a big fan of the train right now.
This train has 4 coaches.
So I don't know
Platform 12
what is
for
the
the
function of
05, 08, Stepford Connect Service
light
2,
now.
Stepford Victoria.
This is
Calling at
Benton.
Coxley. Bowden,
This train is
St.
for
Helens
Stepford
Bridge,
Victoria.
Stepford East,
The
Stepford
next
Central,
station is
and
Coxley.
Stepford Victoria. This train has
Right.
5 coaches.
I'm not part.
Your attention,
I'm
please.
not part of fan of
The
train,
05,
so
06,
I don't know
Stepford Connect
what
Service
this
2,
might mean.
Stepford Airport Central, has been cancelled. This is due to a member of train crew being unavailable. Platform 11 for the 05, 11, Stepford Connect Service 2, Stepford Central. Calling at Coxley.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria. We will be calling at Coxley, Bowden, St. Helens Bridge, Stepford East, Stepford Central, and Stepford Victoria. The next station is Coxley.
Okay, load. Once again, guys, I'm not part of big fan of the train, so I don't know what this one means. Alright, red light.
We will shortly be arriving at Coxley.
Alright, just made it to
Please
Coxley
mind the
station.
gap between the train and the platform.
Calling at Bowden, St. Helens Bridge, Stepford East, Stepford Central, and Stepford Victoria. This train has 5 coaches.
Alright, guys. We already have the layman. 2 minutes delay to Bowden.
We will shortly be arriving at Bowden. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Stepford Victoria. Calling at St. Helens Bridge, Stepford East, Stepford Central, and Stepford Victoria. This train has 5 coaches.
Alright, at 5:20
This is Bowden.
or
This train is for
5:25.
Stepford Victoria.
You know, it's Stepford
The
Victoria. our
next
final
station
destination,
is St. Helens Bridge.
Platform 2 for the 05, 15, Stepford Connect Service 2, Stepford Central. Calling at Angel Pass, St. Helens Bridge, Stepford East, and Stepford Central. This train has 3 coaches.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria. The next station is St Helens Bridge.
Alright, I think that is our code 9V34. Alright, once again the train did not stop
Train
here.
now approaching. Platform 2 does not stop here. Please stand back from the platform edge.
Alright, red light. Okay, red light. Alright. When the light goes red, we need to wait because another train is near. Come on, green light. Green light, come on. Why does this keep happening? Come on, green light. Come on. There you go.
We will shortly be arriving at St Helens Bridge. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Alright, just made it to St Helens Bridge.
Connect service to Stepford Victoria. Calling at Stepford East, Stepford Central and Stepford Victoria. This train has 5 coaches. Platform 3 for the 0516 Stepford Connect service to Stepford Airport Central. Calling at Bowden, Coxley, Benton Bridge, Stepford Airport Parkway, and
This is
Stepford Airport
St
Central.
Helens Bridge.
This train has
This
5
train is
coaches.
for Stepford
Your attention,
Victoria.
please.
The next
The
station is
0520
Stepford
Stepford Connect
East.
service to Stepford Airport Central has been cancelled. This is due to a member of train crew being unavailable. Your attention, please. The 0518 Stepford Connect service to Stepford Central has been cancelled. This is due to a member of train crew being unavailable. Your attention, please.
Welcome
The
on board this
05
Stepford Connect
20
service to Stepford Victoria. The next station is Stepford East.
Stepford East, our next stop. Look at this view, isn't it amazing? Five coaches. Right, almost 6 minutes now.
We will shortly be arriving at
Oh my
Stepford
God.
East. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
The next train, Stepford Victoria. There you go. It goes closing another train. As always, we are 7 minutes later. It's still red. Need to wait though. While we're waiting, why not we gonna try this one? Okay, alright. Let's go. 7 minutes now recording.
Platform 4 for the 05:15 Stepford Connect Service to Stepford Victoria. Calling at Stepford Central and Stepford Victoria. This train has 5 coaches. Platform 2 for the 05:21 Stepford Connect Service to Morganstown. Calling at St Helens Bridge, Edgemead Junction, Berrily, East Berrily, Bewley Park and Morganstown.
This
train has 5
Stepford
coaches.
East. This train is for Stepford Victoria. The next station is Stepford Central.
Alright, next stop, Stepford Central. And here we go, to Stepford Central.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria. The next station is Stepford Central.
Alright, another red light now. We have to stop. Alright guys. Alright guys. Alright guys, sorry for the background outside, noisy, very noisy. And also, we have delayment 8 minutes delay to our final destination, Stepford Victoria. Alright, we're gonna stop because it is red light, which is the signal zone is in danger. Alright, finally! We've made it to Stepford Victoria.
And back from the platform edge.
After 8 minutes delay. Is it red? Is it red? Oh my god, if this is keep happening again, I'm gonna change the server game, yo. I'm gonna change the server. We're 10 minutes delay now. We're 11 minutes delay now to our final destination, which is Stepford, Victoria. It currently must be stopped at 5:20, our expected time, but it is 5:21. Oh my god. If this kept happening again, I'm gonna change server, yo. Pretty sure this video is long enough. Alright, now let's go. Train does not stop here.
Please stand back from the platform edge.
Alright, let's go. Train. Alright, there's another train pass by. Alright, let's go. Right, we're 5 minutes delay. 13 minutes delay because of another train stopped by.
We will shortly be arriving at Stepford, Victoria. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. This train terminates here. All change, please.
The train now approaching platform 2 terminates here. This train is the service from Edgemead.
Alright, made it to the final stop, Stepford Victoria.
This is Stepford Victoria. This train terminates here. All change, please. Thank you for travelling with us today.
The train now approaching platform 3 terminates here. This train is the service from Financial Quarter.
Alright, we're gonna choose the final route, which is Bexley. We're gonna drive there.
Platform 2 for the 0536 Stepford Connect Service to Beachley. Calling at Financial Quarter and Beachley. This train has 5 coaches.
Alright, this is gonna be the final routes, which is going to Bexley. The soda is good in this game. And then we're gonna end the video. Seven minutes now.
Platform 3 for the 0537 Stepford Connect Service to Beachley. Calling at Financial Quarter and Beachley. This train has 5 coaches.
Alright, close the doors and let's go to Bexley Station.
Your attention please.
And then the
The 0536 Stepford Connect Service to Stepford.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Beachley. We will be calling at Financial Quarter and Beachley. The next station is Financial Quarter.
Eight minutes from now, on the way to Financial Quarter and our final destination, Beachley. The soda's good in this game.
We will shortly be arriving at Financial Quarter. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Stepford Connect Service to Beachley. Calling at Beachley only. This train has 5 coaches. Your attention please. The 0536 Stepford Connect.
At Beachley. Please mind the
Alright,
gap
guys.
between the train and the platform.
Alright guys,
This train terminates here. All change,
Train now
please.
approaching platform 3 terminates here. This train is the service from Stepford Victoria. Your attention please. The 0540 Stepford Connect service to Beachley has been cancelled. This is due to a member of train crew
This
being
is
unavailable.
Beachley. This train terminates here. All change, please. Thank you for travelling with us today.
alright then, we're gonna go back to Stepford Victoria and then we're gonna end the video. Alright.
Platform
Stepford
3
Victoria.
for the 0541 Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria. Calling at Financial Quarter and Stepford Victoria. This train has 5 coaches.
Alright, gonna be the last route right here. Beachley, Financial Quarter and Stepford Victoria is our final route. Okay, let's go. We're in Beachley Station, Financial Quarter, and Stepford Victoria. That is the soda's good in this game. Alright, this video is almost over now. 15 seconds till the door closes. Three, two, one. Doors closing. And let's go to our final journey to Stepford, Victoria.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford, Victoria. We will be calling at Financial Quarter and Stepford, Victoria. The next station is Financial Quarter.
Right, red light. Two minutes now.
We will shortly be arriving at Financial Quarter. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
There goes another train closing doors. Right, go. 4 minutes now. Okay, made it on time though to Financial Quarter.
43. Stepford Connect Service to Stepford, Victoria. Calling at Stepford, Victoria only. This train has 5 coaches.
Alright, Financial
The
Quarter.
train now approaching platform 1 does not stop here.
This is
Please stand back
Financial
from the
Quarter.
platform edge.
This train is for Stepford, Victoria. The next station is Stepford, Victoria.
Right, final stop, Stepford, Victoria. Final stop right here, Stepford, Victoria.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford, Victoria. The next station is Stepford, Victoria.
As you can see, it's already sunrise in this game. And also in the UK, at this time, it's sunrise in the UK too. Alright, we're almost reaching at Stepford, Victoria. Currently,
We will
it's
shortly be
12:44.
arriving at Stepford, Victoria.
Right, it's
Please
currently
mind the
12:44
gap
PM
between the train
in my
and the
country.
platform. This train terminates here. All change,
The train
please.
now approaching platform 1 terminates here. This train
gonna
is
end
a
the video
service
right
from
here.
Beachley.
I'm gonna
Your
end the
attention
video right here.
please. The 0559 Stepford Connect service to Stepford, Victoria has been
This
cancelled.
is Stepford,
This is due
Victoria.
to a member of train crew
This
being
train
unavailable.
terminates here. All change, please. Thank you for travelling with us today.
Alright guys, that's it for today. Gonna end the video right here. I'm gonna wrap up the video. And thank you so much for tuning in. Until then, bye for now.